Hello YouTube, it's Toby. After a very long time I'm back to doing YouTube videos on the request of a YouTuber who messaged me and said that I should make more videos, and so I am. Okay, so today we're talking about Doctor Who. Now Doctor Who's been back for a few weeks now, and I was going to go over the episodes and what I thought about them very quickly, briefly, so it hasn't gone too long. So you're not watching it for too long, so it's good. So the first two episodes, what did I think of them? Well, I'm starting to like the character Missy now. Missy's kind of growing on me, and her character's really good, like evil-like, and I think especially in the Cyberman episode, she came across quite evil and quite mad, which I think is quite good for the Master. I think she plays the Master quite well, as in a crazy, psychopathic kind of way, but in a good way, not like John Sims' way of, oh, I'm mad, I'm crazy, I'm a bloody lunatic, I'm going to kill everybody, blah, blah, blah. Missy does it so much more subtly and more cleverly, and she's so much better in the role, and she's absolutely fantastic, so I like Missy now. What else? And so, yeah, but I feel like in this Dalek story, that kind of her evilness kind of went away on the premise that she was helping the Doctor and being all good, or I've got to be nice to the Doctor, I've got to do everything I can for the Doctor, I've got to try and help him in some way, which kind of takes away her evilness. And then the producers try to make it go, oh no, she's not, she is evil, don't be fooled. Oh, I'll kill this person, or I'll kill that person, It's like you've put into our minds that she might be a good person because she's helping the Doctor, and then you go, oh no, she's not, but I'll just kill a few people. It's like that's not really good storytelling to me. That's not saying she's evil because she's doing this and this and this and this. It's like, to me, her evilness was jeopardized in that story. That she didn't come across as evil to me. She came across as quite a goody-goody two-shoes. Even though she killed a few people, but I think that scene didn't really work. It didn't really add to it. It didn't really take away the feeling of, oh, she might be good. So that's what I feel about that scene. I didn't particularly like it because I feel like that scene of Missy killing people was just put in to say, no, she is evil, which didn't particularly work in my eyes. And then we go to Skaro, which is really good. That's fantastic. We get to Skaro again, which is fantastic, and we have the Dalek City and the Daleks. And Davros was back. That was absolutely fantastic. I absolutely loved the Davros bit. The Davros bit was fantastic. Seeing Davros back from the Russell T. Davies era, same as he was, same actor, it was just absolutely fantastic and brilliant. I loved that. It's kind of like, wow, it's excitement back to the old Russell T. Davies days instead of the crappy Stephen Moffat days that we've got now. So it was a bit more exciting. That was exciting. That Dalek coming up through the sand, I believe, when I watched it over the second time, that it was a Dalek from the chase onwards, which didn't particularly work because... Oh, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It was a Dalek from the Dead Planet, the Dalek story, first Dalek story, and it was walking on the sand. And it was like, that can't go on sand. It hasn't got the plates so it can go outside. So it shouldn't particularly be walking on the sand because it wasn't built for that. They were trapped in the city. That was the whole point of the story. So that was a bit of continuity error there. But it was fantastic seeing all the different Daleks, the different factions. It was funny seeing the Renegade Daleks with the Emperor Dalek, with the Imperial Daleks and the Renegade Daleks together in one scene, which is another oversight. But then you have the Supreme Dalek and Davros together, the two heads of the different factions, so I suppose that works as well. The ending of the episode, the first one, was like, it's kind of like, well, I think it's very bad when you use a plot line to say, oh, we're going to kill the main characters. Oh, the main characters are dead. Oh no, we've killed them off. oh no, what's going to happen next? Tune in next week to find out what happened. It's like, no. They're going to be alive, of course, because we've got like 13 episodes. So, of course, they're going to be alive. They're not going to die. Clara's not dead. Missy's not dead. Of course, they're not going to kill off Missy. Or Clara. So, of course, that was obvious that they were going to be alive. So, I hate that cliffhanger. I thought it was a bit cheap and a bit stupid. Oh no, they've died. But it's like, no, they're going to... and the TARDIS was destroyed as well. I was like, you know, stupid. Oh no, TARDIS destroyed. Like, killing Missy, maybe. Killing Clara. No, that's no good. Destroying the TARDIS, you know that everything's going to be alright. Because next episode's all going to be resolved. Because they all have to be back again. So that was a bit of a stupid ending to me, and the same with the ending of the next story as well. I didn't particularly like that one either, but we'll get onto that later. Things I didn't like about the next part of the story: removing Davros from the chair and the Doctor driving around in the Davros chair. That was quite stupid. I didn't like that. And showing Davros didn't have any legs. I always imagined him with legs. I just thought he was paraplegic. He was like paralysed. Didn't realise he didn't have any legs, which is kind of weird. He's kind of robotic, as kind of he is. Did they have wires hanging out the bottom? It's like, it's kind of, he's like a Cyberman, kind of cybotic. Well, I suppose he is with the head stuff and everything, but you know, you never imagined it in that way. Yeah, that was quite stupid. And as we go into the next story episode, you know, it's kind of like, oh, it was to teleport. He was like, oh, it's test teleportation. It's kind of like, yeah, we knew that was going to be that anyway. It's that stupid thing. And go back to the first episode, I didn't like the way the Doctor was meddling with time, with that tank coming in and everything. That was just so stupid, you know, so stupid. It's like against all the laws of time, with the Time Lords, everything. He would be, if the Time Lords were still around, he would be in there. He would be exiled. He'd probably be executed for meddling with time so much, you know. It was rather quite stupid. And we never got to understand why the Daleks were all there. Why were all the different factions of Daleks all together? We didn't seem to understand that. The dialogue between the Doctor and the Davros was fantastic. I loved that scene. The scenes with the Doctor and Davros was really, really good. I loved that. That was fantastic. The whole storyline progressed. Fantastic. That's probably one of my favourite stories of the series so far, because of the Davros and Doctor. Because I love Davros and Doctor, and that's fantastic. And you think, oh, he's going to be good, he's going to be good, he's going to be good, and then he turns out evil again. It's like, yay, it's brilliant, it's fantastic. I loved that bit. Yeah. Then they all go off, and then we get the underwater story about the lake. Okay, so we've gone to 8 minutes now, so it's going to hurry up a bit more. Okay, so the lake story, yeah, it was good, it was interesting, ghosts, a bit spooky, it was interesting. The first story was really good, kind of building up to the second part. It led loads of questions: why are the ghosts there? Why can they pick up things? You know, why is the TARDIS upset being there? What's happened to everybody? What's going to want to find out? Who's in the case, kind of thing. And that's really good. Really good story, really good characters. I love the story. Very suspensing. People get killed. It's all exciting. And so we get to the next part, which is probably where I've got my most moans. That's where I'll probably talk about most. Is the Doctor goes back in time to the 1980s. Which I thought was a weird time compared to where they were at the beginning, and they go to 1980s. There's quite a lot of difference between the times. Yeah, so it's quite exciting. Them walk around the bays and everything. They meet Prentice is his name, little cowardly thing. He was quite kind of good and interesting. And then we meet the Fisher King, and then someone dies, and then, which is quite sad in the story. But then we get the Fisher King, the Doctor and the Fisher King. And I feel like that scene didn't go anywhere. I watched it 3 times now, I think. And it's like, every time I go, and the 3rd time I fell asleep watching it, because I was like, it's so boring. Fisher King, good alien, kind of. They're talking to each other, blah, de blah, de blah. Didn't particularly go anywhere. Nothing really happened there, really. It was just kind of like, and then step outside, oh crap, water, gone, end of fish. It's like, why? This entire build-up to the story, all this time, who are the ghosts, what's going on, what's happening, fish are king, alien, finally get the reveal. They talk for a bit and he just gets washed away. It's like, where's the story gone? Where's the story gone? That's what annoys me about it. The story's disappeared. It's just gone, kind of like we build up to the story, have a little chat, the fish gets washed away, end of story. It's end of threat. It was finished too quickly, the story built up too much, and then it just ended really crap. And the doctor's in the case. Oh well, blah blah blah. So it wasn't a particularly good story. Moving on quickly to the next one about the girl played by Maisie Williams. Good stories, I suppose. Enjoyable to watch. The whole Maya thing was good with the war-mongering aliens. That was really good, and how they resolved it and the story. But I kind of felt there should have been more there. There should have been more to the story. Maisie Williams' character and what she was going to be. I looked at a few things on Facebook before, maybe watching the stories, maybe I had ideas in my head about who she was going to be, and so I thought she was going to be something much more better than that. I thought she was going to be like a time agent or a time traveller or something, and it didn't particularly work out the way I wanted it to, but still, she travels through time, and you kind of hear her emotional story in the second part. And it's interesting, and it's good to watch, but I just feel like, where can you go with your character? She's stuck there, and she's not going to go anywhere, and she's just looking after things. It's like, any excitement that you had with her character is kind of gone. She's not going to travel through time, she's not going to have adventures, she's just going to continue walking through time. And you kind of feel like, is it a curse? Is it a curse to live for eternity? Probably yes. A few plot lines I thought was a bit weird with her children dying. Why didn't she use the disc to save the child instead of saving a peasant she didn't like? That's an issue there. Next week is the Zygons. I probably went it on too long. I didn't like the cliffhanger to the water episode. Because Doctor's dead. Oh, is he dead? Is he not dead? Of course he's not dead. It's Doctor Who. So that's a stupid cliffhanger. Anyway, this is me talking about Doctor Who. Probably hasn't helped you much. Probably hasn't done anything. But it's nice to see me chatting about Doctor Who again. Okay, so goodbye from Tobysblogs. Love you guys, and I'll see you later.